G'day everybody, Nick here. Going to give you a rundown on today's Wednesday's Charters Tier sale. Look, combined agents chartered 2,300 prime cattle this week. We dropped a couple from the rain, but certainly was still a strong enough yard. And look, we've probably seen a lot of cows again this week, but in saying that, the cows probably haven't been as good as what we've seen over the last previous weeks, but the cow job still held reasonably firm. If not, we probably lost a little bit of ground on the lighter cows, but the heavy cows were certainly in a bit of demand. But look, we'll go into the bullocks. Same thing. There wasn't a lot of heavyweight bullocks here this week. They were probably more your slipperier bullocks or mid or early 500 bullocks. Look, they topped out at 320 cents for your better 600 kilo plus bullocks that had plenty of cover on them. Coming under that into your 550 bit slippery bullocks, they made anywhere from $3 to $3.5, maybe $3.08. Sub under your 500 kilos out of spec steers, out of spec bullocks, look, they were kind of sitting more around your $2.70 to $2.90 mark. So there wasn't a hell of a lot of big bullocks here to quote on this week, but certainly if they were good and covered, they were certainly strong. A heifer run, same thing. We didn't have a hell of a lot of big prime heavy heifers like we've been seeing in the last few weeks. They topped out at 280 cents, but more around your 250 to 60 cent mark. Going on to your cows again, look, the best of the heavyweight cows got up to 278 cents. So that was certainly strong on those better heavy end cows or 550 plus. Look, you could have been anywhere from 250 to $2.58. Coming under your 550 kilo cows, a bit plainer, that had a little bit of cover on them. They were more around your $2.40 to $2.45 mark. Sub 500 kilos, little fat cows that were a bit of nick on them. Look, they were still around your $2.35 to $2.40 mark. So there's still no complaints on that cow job. The heavier, the better conditioned cow, they're certainly strong enough. 260 to 270. So look, that was the cow job. Plenty of bulls on offer again today. The bull job was very strong. Got a couple of exporters up against the processors looking for those boat spec bulls. They were making out to $2.80 to $2.90. But if you come back into a few horny bulls, plenty of weight in them, they're still around their $2.40 to $2.50 mark. Any Mickeys around 400, 420 kilos, they had a bit of cover. They were still making $2.80, $2.90 mark, but anything out of spec was back around your $2.40. Look, we're having a Friday sale again this week, 3,500 head booked. So if you're looking for some store cattle, make sure you come down on Friday, and we are going for another 2 sales next week, as we've already got over 2,000 prime cattle. So look, if you've got some stores and some prime cattle for the following week, get onto the Queensland Rural Agents and we'll book them in. Thank you.